Možda ima delay neki.
Okay, we are live, waiting for you guys to join. If someone is here, say hello. Hey, Steven.
Hello, Steven. Welcome.
Hi, Vladimir. Can you guys hear us? That's the important thing. Hello, Garabello.
Hello. Welcome, everyone.
Hello, Abubakar.
Hello, Abubakar.
Thank you, Steven, for confirming that you can hear us. Hi, Elena. Hello, Patrick. Awesome. Okay, guys, as announced, this is the second live Q&A session with Amelia. My name is Alexander. This is Uroš. You may recognize us from our support system, from our support platform, and we are here to answer your questions. Now, we may wait for a couple more minutes to see more people to join, but while we do that, we wanted to let you know that Amelia is currently on version 6.2.3. There's an upcoming update which should be released within a week or two. Some interesting stuff coming up. As you were able to see in the past several months, we've been releasing updated forms. So we are redesigning the front end. Once we're done with that, we are going to redesign the back end as well. So Amelia is going to be faster. It's going to be much more appealing to everyone, and we hope you guys will love it. Hello, Mark. And okay, we are here to answer your questions. So guys, go ahead. Type anything you want in the chat. We will do our best to respond, and this time we can share our screen. While you guys are thinking about the questions that you want to ask, wanted to mention that we have implemented some new solutions for Zoom because JWT application is going to be deprecated in June. So there's a new way of doing things with Zoom, which is covered in our documentation and released in the latest Amelia update. Abubakar has a question. Can I integrate PlayStack or Flutterware payment gateway? If those gateways exist as add-ons in WooCommerce, yes, because we have WooCommerce as a payment gateway. So here under settings, when you choose the payment type, you need to enable WooCommerce. And if these two gateways exist in WooCommerce's list of add-ons, then you can use it.
So, Garabello, the second question, is it possible to show on Amelia agenda appointments made with Google Calendar? As of it now, it only blocks the times. So as of now, this is not available. You can only, we can only block time slots for each busy event in Google Calendar. But in the future, we have a plan to completely sync it two ways with Google Calendar, so that you can make appointments from Google Calendar.
Yeah, at the moment they cannot be seen. We will be, for the first implementation, I believe that we will add an option to at least view Google Calendar events, but at the moment it only blocks them in Amelia. Is there a way to avoid repeating the same information when using Amelia with WooCommerce? Name, email, and so on. First user fill them in Amelia, then they're redirected to WooCommerce form and have to fill them a second time. When customers fill out the form in Amelia, Amelia does pick up the fields that it has. So it picks up first name, last name, email, and phone number. The remaining fields in WooCommerce need to be populated because WooCommerce requests the address, the city, the zip code, and so on. But Amelia should forward the information from the booking form to WooCommerce. Let me just check that out real quick. I mean, check it out. It does work like that. So currently logged in, but that shouldn't be an issue. So if I continue to book, WooCommerce is currently enabled, and when I continue, let's say John Doe, let's add some dummy email and phone number and continue. This will take us to WooCommerce's cart page and proceed to checkout. As you can see, yeah, John Doe is here. The email address is also there, and the phone number, although not valid, is also here. So yeah, these remaining fields, zip code, state, town, city, street address, country, region, those are required by WooCommerce, so those cannot be transferred, but the details filled out in Amelia will be forwarded to WooCommerce. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. Welcome. Steven, is there a roadmap to checking guests? Most customers want to be able to quickly and easily check guests in, see who attended and who didn't. Well, we have a plan to implement like a QR code that will be generated once a customer has booked. And then they will be able, with that QR code, they will be able to check in at site.
For events.
Yeah, for events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a concert or something.
Yeah.
So when they come to the concert, their QR code is scanned and they are automatically listed as attendees. Again, from Steven, one client runs an event site, paintball, laser tag. They need all players to sign a waiver form every visit or have adults sign for under 16s. Suggestions or integration ideas. Well, the waiver form is not included in Amelia, but custom fields are. So since custom fields are linked to appointments or events, attendees or customers would need to fill them out every time they book an event. So this would come in handy, for example, if they need to fill out this form every visit. They would need to fill out these custom fields every time they book. So this would be logged into the appointment or the event if that was the question. Garabello asks, is it possible to allow employees to create new customers using the employee panel when they make an appointment through the employee panel? Not yet. Employees, by default, cannot add new customers. They can select customers that booked with them in the past, and they can also select customers that have been created in the backend under customers section. So in here, if you add a customer through the customers section and not have that customer book an appointment, then the employee would be able to book an appointment with this customer from the employee panel. But at the moment, employees cannot create new customers. That is something that is frequently requested, and that is something that our developers will be working on in the future, but I don't have an ETA for that.
So Vladimir asks, I'm missing coupons for packages. Any news on this topic? Well, this will be available, in the next update. Our developers we're working on it, and it will finally be released in the next 1 or 2 updates.
Okay, Jabe64, in my case, I don't know how, but when booking an event, some people enter different information, so it might not be pasted into WooCommerce. If a customer logs in and they already are logged in as WooCommerce users or WordPress users. If they land on Amelia's booking form without logging into their Amelia profile, without being created as an Amelia customer, they may enter John Doe, but since they're logged into WooCommerce, WooCommerce can register them as Mark Peterson. So that may be the case here for Jade. Steven, when is QR code coming and how will that work from a scanning vendor perspective? At the moment, it is still being investigated, so to speak. So we can't provide an exact ETA, nor can we say exactly how it will be scanned, but our developers are investigating it and they are working on multiple approaches. So once we have more information, we can inform you guys. But at this time, we only know that it's going to be developed, that the QR code is going to be implemented for events, but when and in what manner, we can't say exactly.
So, Steven, does customers sync with the WooCommerce customers? The customers in Amelia, along with users in WordPress with Amelia customer role, will be synced with WooCommerce customers as long as they have the same email.
Let me open up in private window just to show you this. So if under role settings here, under customer, you have this automatically create Amelia customer user. When a new customer books an appointment, they will receive the Amelia customer WordPress user. So a customer comes in and they want to book an appointment. Now I will use I can't actually use a dummy email because of the login, but here's how it works. So let's say Tim Peterson comes in with an email, tim@test.test. When they book an appointment with Amelia and they go through WooCommerce and everything, now, I don't know if WooCommerce will let me do this because they are actually checking these fields, but yeah, no available payment methods in this state. So let's try another thing. Let's just disable WooCommerce real quick and show you how it works with a regular WordPress user. So going back to Amelia booking, when a new user comes in and books an appointment, so I'm not logged in, this is an incognito window. When a new user comes in and books an appointment as Tim Peterson, tim@testemail.com, when they book an appointment, they are automatically created as Amelia customer in here. So what was that name? Tim Peterson. Here he is, May 15th. That's the appointment. And under users, tim@test.email is also created. Enter. Here he is. So this user is registered as an Amelia customer as a WordPress user. So customers in Amelia will sync with WooCommerce customers if the option in Amelia settings is enabled to create the Amelia customer user. So we've worked on this, and actually the login is synced between Amelia, WordPress, WooCommerce, or any membership plugins. Where were we? Steven, can you make a service add-on for products? I want to sell meal deals as an upsell. Well, actually all services have upsells under extras here. So with beard trim, you get beard oil, beard wax, beard comb that people can purchase when they book an appointment. packages, when they book packages from the front end, let's go back to the booking page. When they book packages in here and they select, well, this is hair day, so this is one of these services. Okay, they have extras. When they select these, they can book appointments with these employees, with these services, and continue. However, when they go forward, there's no way to choose the extras. Extras are not included in the packages. I believe that was the question that you had, Steven. So packages don't allow extras to be selected.
Okay, can you give...
Okay, same question for QR code. Would it be the same approach as the Event Calendar Ticket Plus app? We're not familiar with that app, unfortunately. What's the name of that app? Event Calendar Ticket Plus. We will explore that. Event Ticket Plus app. This is on Google Play and on App Store. Okay, we will investigate. We can't say for sure. We tend not to give out any false information. So if we're not sure, we'll just say honestly that we're not sure.
Okay, so Kevin, next question is from Kevin. Can you give me more information about the packages of services features? So basically, with packages of services, you can pack multiple services into one package and use them as an option to have a discount. For example, you have 4 services that have a certain price. You can give them a discount when they buy 4 of those services or 4 appointments. You can select how many appointments of each service will be available in that package, and you can also select the total number of appointments in the whole package. And you can also select the specific, choose the specific price for that package, or it can be a calculated price based on the price of each service that's included in the package. And also this feature is only available for in Pro and developer licenses, so it's not included in basic license.
Yeah. Also, one thing to note, there's duration in the packages, which is referring to the duration of the package. So if you set it to be 1 month, people that book packages will have exactly 1 month to book the number of appointments that you defined here. As you can see, you can define the number of appointments per service, or you can enable this option, the total number of appointments, and set it to 10. So people will have the option to book 10 appointments of shaving, or 5 appointments of shaving, 1 appointment of beard trim, 1 appointment of cut and blow dry, and 3 appointments of regrowth. You get to choose what the number of appointments will be, if it's going to be for the entire package or for services. This duration, again, does not refer to the appointments themselves. So if under Amelia settings, under general settings, the period available for booking in advance is 365 days, 1 year. A customer that comes to book an appointment, like in here, would have an option to jump to May 2024, but not further than that. So we can go 1 year in the future and book appointments. This is the period available for booking in advance. The duration of the package is the time that your customers have to book those appointments. If they don't book within the month, the remaining appointments within the package will just disappear. Okay, Steven, if buying multiple tickets for friends, can we ask them to name the other people for the tickets? in a custom field, yes, but not in the form itself. So in custom fields in here, you can add a custom field that would be text area, and that text area would be, please name your additional people. Now, it would be applied to all services or all events, but those people wouldn't receive any email notifications or anything like that. We also have a lot of requests for this, so it will be considered in the future. Okay, I'm just stopping by to say you guys are the best. Bye, Amelia. Thank you. Thank you, Ra.
you.
Now, need to add that to events. Okay, Stephen, this is regarding the tickets for friends. Yes. Yes, so that will probably be added in the future, but at the moment it cannot be. Yeah. Thanks for the honest answer. You're welcome. Sorry we couldn't be more helpful in this case. Latest version of BuddyBoss platform seems to have caused a critical issue for Amelia. The calendar doesn't load anymore when booking appointments. We haven't had any complaints about BuddyBoss. Nor have we been able to reproduce the same issue on our end. However, we will forward this to our developers and our testers so they can check it out. Let me just note that real quick. Check BuddyBoss version 2.3.3 for critical errors. Okay, that's noted. Thank you, Mark. Jabe has the same issue with BuddyBoss. Okay, we'll definitely check that out.
Stavros, can you please let me know if you are planning to allow users to have custom capacity for each time slot? So at the moment we have an option to set a different capacity than the one set in the service for each employee on the services tab on the employee page. So for each employee you can set different capacity for their assigned services. I guess that's what you were referring to.
Actually, this is custom capacity for each time slot. If we're not mistaken, you're referring to like you're having a capacity of 5 for morning appointments and a capacity of 10 for evening appointments, right? That is something that we plan to do. Definitely, we are planning to include employee schedules, so the employees work different, have a different price in the morning and in the evening and in the afternoon. But I believe that we will also include this option for different capacity and different price per time slot, but in the future, not something we can provide an ETA for. Can you give me more information about your booking resources feature? Giovanna, yes, of course. Resources are also included only in the Pro and Developer versions of Amelia, so they are not included in the basic version. Now, let's take a look. I mean, I can use one of these. Let's just take a look at it. So this is resource would be chair. The quantity of chairs would be 3, and it would be unique for the selected item type, which is in this case location. So each of the locations here, let's say Brooklyn, let's say only Brooklyn, and let's not choose any employees, so it applies to all employees and it applies to all services. So in the location which is named Brooklyn, there are 3 chairs. So when we save, this is a unique number of chairs per this location. So when we save this and we go to our booking page, and let's just edit this real quick again. Any appointment in Brooklyn. If we use this to book. We cannot book more than two additional people. So along with me, the person who's booking, 2 more people, which comes up to 3 people, is trying to book a beard trim service. This service, beard trim, has a maximum capacity of 3. So I'm booking for 3 people, and I will choose 20th at 9 a.m. as Jane Doe. So beard trim in Brooklyn for 3 people on May the 20th at 9 a.m. Once I book this, I can refresh the page and try to book another service on this location. So for example, let's try cut and blow dry with doesn't matter, with Roxanne, for example. And I want to skip the packages and I want to continue booking without bringing additional people. But for May 20th, what time did I choose? May 20th at 9 a.m. Jane Doe beard trim at 9 a.m. Since this is a pending appointment, these seats are still available. So once the appointment is changed to approved, okay, let's go back, try again, Brooklyn hairdresser, continue. I don't want packages, I don't want to bring anyone with me. The 20th still has 9 a.m. Let me take a look. Do you want to repeat this appointment? No, this is Jim Peterson something. Continue, and let's check it out. Jim Peterson. Let's try to approve this. Okay. I didn't do something correctly, obviously. So let's see, resources, chair, Brooklyn, unique per location. Unique for selected location for all services in Brooklyn, and will be included in all services and employees. Now, once I check this again, location is in Brooklyn and the location is in Brooklyn, I haven't configured something correctly. Let's use this. And let's try opening this page in incognito. So, beard trim. Nope, sorry about that. This is not me configuring anything differently. This is me booking an appointment with 3 spots. I need to. Amelia registers a booking, not the number of people. So let's try again with shaving. Again, Brooklyn, and let's not choose the employee. Again, the 20th, there's still 1 seat available. No, there's no more seats available at this time, probably because of the employee. Yeah, Mark Watson is also working here. So let's try a different service. Connor Matthews should be available. So Connor Matthews on the 20th is not working.
It's not working. No.
Sorry about that. I
Connor.
haven't configured. So the point here, why we saw that it's available, for booking, is because Amelia registers the bookings, not the number of people within the bookings. So now when I choose the service again in Brooklyn with Connor and continue on the 20th, there is still 1 space available here. So this is Mitchell, some email, dummy email, and this is available. So now if we go back and book another appointment, Roxanne is working. Let me just check the appointments to see who has the appointments available. So Mark, Roxanne, and Connor. Let's just delete this and choose James, beard trim. James, beard trim, Brooklyn, 20th. The 9 a.m. appointment is not available. So my mistake here was that I booked 3 spots, while Amelia sees 3 bookings. So the resource that we defined here, these chairs and the quantity of 3 refers to bookings, not the number of people. So this is to be used for appointments that cannot bring multiple people. I mean, we've allowed beard trim to bring multiple people even though that shouldn't be the case. So this should be used for single person services. So if beard trim was set to have the maximum capacity of 1, there would be no issue here. But since I allowed the maximum capacity of 3, I generated a non-existing issue with Amelia not blocking a resource, while it actually did block the resource, but it referred to bookings, not the number of people. I hope that is clear, and sorry for me forgetting about that.
Steven, any way of embedding an Amelia event on a non-WordPress website? So yeah, I believe there is a workaround
with an iframe. Yeah, I mean, you would need to create an iframe for the booking page and add it to another website. I mean, the other website would still load the WordPress website, but through an iframe. So sorry, I forgot to share my screen. So the booking website here, you would need to create an iframe for this URL and paste it on your other website.
Also, any update on automatic refunds? Thank you for your question, Jovana. So yeah, we will have this available in the next few updates, and yeah, we will have this for each online payment method. And yeah, this is a highly requested feature, and it will finally be implemented soon.
The next question is about Go High Level. If I'm not mistaken, that's been requested a few times as an integration, but at the moment we don't have active plans to start this integration. It would be quite difficult, and it would take a lot of time, so we're currently focusing on more requested features like automatic refunds, like improving the packages and stuff like that. So basically integrations will be worked on in the future, but we're currently working on developing the plugin itself before moving on to next integrations. 5 for morning and 10 for evening. That is something that is missing from a lot of plugins, to be fair. Yeah, we understand. The capacity per time slot is something that we will work on in the future, but again, no ETA on that.
Jovana said, thanks so much, everything clear, great feature, BTW. You're welcome, Jovana, thank you for your feedback. I need Amelia to register a number of people, not appointments, for charter guide service.
Well, Patrick, Amelia does register the number of people, and as you were able to see this, each appointment is defined by the capacity of the service. So if the service has a maximum capacity of 3, your charter service would provide 3 seats. So one single appointment with one single employee can only be booked up until the maximum capacity is reached. The number of appointments that we've shown in the previous screen share is referring to the resources, and resources are defined to be split between services. Let me just show you that real quick. So they are defined per services, per locations, and per employees, but not per the number of customers. So that's that was the confusion in the previous screen share. The ability to global style Amelia events seems very limited to me, or am I missing something? Nigel, can you please explain in more detail? I mean, the events booking forms are still in these 1.0 booking forms, which is they are from the first version of Amelia. Once events were included, this is how you were able to customize the booking forms. So the event list and the event catalog booking forms are also configured through here. We will be releasing new redesigned event forms soon, so you will be able to access those just like you can access these step-by-step in catalog booking forms 2.0. So you can customize each and every form one by one. Tech for HomeKit. Hello guys, I have a lot of problems with the integration of WhatsApp and Zoom. It seems impossible to get them to work. I needed an updated step-by-step tutorial. As mentioned in the beginning, maybe you weren't here when we started this stream, but we've released the new documentation for Zoom. Let me show you that. So the Zoom integration in here now starts with the server-to-server app, which is what you need in order to use Zoom starting June, since the JWT application is going to be deprecated. So we've left this instructions below just in case, but we recommend to use the new app, which is server to server, because JWT is going to be deprecated in June. So I believe I can show that straight away, but I think I already have Zoom configured. This Q&A session is not made for tutorials, but I believe we can do that real quick. So in this Zoom app marketplace, I can sign in as myself. Here it is, Amelia Test. And once I sign in, under Develop, Build App, you can choose this last server-to-server application. Give it the name, Amelia Q&A, create, and now, I mean, you can go through the documentation. I've written this documentation, but once you do this, you can copy the credentials in Amelia, but that doesn't complete the process. So you can copy the account ID, paste it into Amelia. You can copy the client secret and paste it here, and copy the client ID and paste it here and save it. Now, if I go to my employees and edit them, I will see Zoom, but there will be no data. So we need to click on continue. This is the app name, the short description. The company name is Amelia Q&A. The developer information will be ameliatest@gmail.com, and continue. This is the token that is that doesn't need to be verified. Yeah, we've skipped that. So we can go to scopes and add scopes. The scopes that we need is view all user meetings. So it's right here, view all user meetings, but when I type it in, it's not showing up. This is on Zoom. So view all user meetings, view and manage all user meetings. Here it is. view all user information. So this is under user, view users information and manage users. And this is it. Done, continue, and your app is ready for activation. If I missed something, it would come up with an error. So once I activate the app and go back to employees and refresh the page, I go to Connor and I can see this. It's currently named Draft Test because that's the name that I have. But as you can see, it's now letting me choose the Zoom user. As for WhatsApp, it takes a bit more time to configure WhatsApp integration, so I won't be going through it as I did with Zoom, but it's basically covered in this video here that we did. Not a lot has changed, although Meta or Facebook did change the application type, so it's no longer transactional but something else. They did that about a week ago. We still haven't had the chance to update the documentation, but we will do that as soon as possible. So once you're creating the templates, as you can see, we've covered every step, and you really have to go through it one step at a time in order not to miss anything. This is it. So the transactional message template category, transactional, they removed that. So we will update the documentation as soon as possible. They even have an update that says instead of using transactional, you can use this. I forgot what it's called. But anyway, this is simply too long for me to go through in this Q&A session. So I apologize for that, but as you can see, Zoom is pretty straightforward and you should have no issues with it.
So, Steven, any map view from multiple locations? At the moment, this is not possible. We've added the address custom field that you can add to the booking form on the front end, and where customers can add their own address or any other location. First, you will need to configure the Google Maps API on the Amelia General Settings page, I believe.
Yep.
And then this option will show up for customers to be able to add an address or any type of location, basically.
Yeah, so like here this is a local environment. So in localhost, I cannot add the Google Map API key. This is the same reason why I can't add the Google Calendar integration. It doesn't work with HTTP. So I cannot add the Google Map API key. But if you add your address, it will work as a simple text field, as mentioned here, just as a simple text field. So if we do this and take a look at the booking website and choose an appointment and book it, in the last step here, this will be your address, which currently is a text field. Now, if the Google Map API key is connected and we start typing 5th Avenue, the Google Maps suggestion would jump below and you would be able to select it. Let's go back to questions. Is it possible to add emoji support to event titles? Not at the moment, or I believe not. I haven't actually tried that.
I don't think so, yeah.
I don't believe that it's possible because of the database, because databases usually prevent using emojis. I believe there's a workaround. If we were to edit the structure of the database table and edit the type of the column in which the title is, then maybe we would be able to add emoji in the event title, but we haven't played around with that, so I'm not saying with 100% certainty that it's possible.
Tech for HomeKit. I also don't understand why, although I have appointments in the calendar, in the appointment section, I only see the number of appointments at the top, but I don't see any appointments. Well, this could be due to a role conflict. For example, if some customer or an employee has the same email as the one as the admin user with which you are logged in at that moment. That could cause a conflict between roles and permissions that would cause this issue of you not seeing the appointments on the appointment page.
I can try replicating this real quick, but honestly, I've never been able to replicate this. So let's see. This is my email, and I'll choose one of the customers, and yeah, I can't even select the administrator as I can't select administrator to be linked with an Amelia customer. I don't think that I can even add additional roles. Let me just, yeah, no way. I mean, let me see. Not found. I'm not sure how this happens, but let's try simply changing this. So under WordPress users here, I can select this customer, which is Greg. Let me see, with the email, Greg, external ID should be 1, but let's see. So the external ID is the ID of your WordPress users. My is 1, of course, shouldn't even had to check that. So if I assign the external ID of 1 to this customer and I refresh the customer's page, I'm able to see the customers. And here we go. I had 3 appointments, but no results. Even though we just booked appointments in this live Q&A. So this is most likely the issue. Under Amelia users, there is a customer that is linked under external ID with an admin. The solution here would be to find that customer and click on null. So when I go back and refresh the page, there are 3 appointments that are now showing. I've tried for the past 3 years to replicate this issue and book an appointment as an administrator while logged in. I was never able to do this. So I have no idea how it happens from time to time. Somehow, when you guys book as administrators, Amelia assigns your external ID to a customer, which confuses the plugin and simply applies customers' capabilities to an administrator. Customers cannot see appointments. They can see their own appointments in their customer panel, but they can't access the backend. So Amelia is confused. It sees an administrator, but it also sees a customer who shouldn't be able to see these appointments. So when this happens, it's usually, as Uroš said, a customer who's linked with an ID of an administrator. Okay. Nigel is talking more about the calendar review, but events generally seem to need some love. I completely agree with you, and believe me, they are receiving that love, and you will be witnessing it soon. Our developers are redesigning the booking forms for events. We are going to be adding events dashboard, and events will receive a lot more attention in the future.
Jay, will the event description evolve to allow Gutenberg blocks? So at the moment we do not have such plan. I mean, thank you for your suggestion. Yeah, we'll see in the future if our developers give it enough priority to work it out in the future.
If I understand correctly, this is the question. So you create an event and enter the event name, and under description here, you want to add a Gutenberg block. Just let me know if that is the question, because that is not something that we have planned. That's definitely not the case, but an interesting suggestion. Abu Bakr asked, can I add Zoom or Google Meet meeting link that will send to customers automatically after booking? Well, Google Meet integration is automatically attributed to an appointment if the employee is linked with their Google account, and if in here under integrations, Google Calendar, not Outlook, Google Calendar, if Google Meet is enabled. So if Google Meet is enabled and the employee is linked with a Google Calendar, a Google Meet appointment will be created for every service, for every appointment of that service. As for Zoom, Zoom can be enabled by editing the service and going to settings and enabling Zoom. So in order to send these to your customers, you would need to access the notifications, and here's the Google Meet URL. And under show email placeholders, you would see the Zoom join URL. So click on it to copy the placeholder to the clipboard and then just paste it here. This way, these would be sent to your customers. These lives are great. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, we wanted to do this sooner, but there was a lot of stuff that needed to be done in the meantime. But we will tend to be providing these at least once a month or once in 2 months, something like that. We will try. Thanks for the answer on emoji. I tried it, doesn't work apart from a few like heart symbol. Okay. Thank you guys. Not a lot of software gives the opportunity like this to directly speak with the people who created the app and to see live guys behind the support. Troubleshooting them is great since mistakes in configuration can happen. Thumbs up. Thank you very much for your support.
Thank you, Ra.
Tech for HomeKit, you're welcome. We hope that helped. If not, open a ticket and we'll gladly help you out there. Nigel, you're welcome. Couldn't block here instead of HTML. Okay, understood. We will check that with our developers. I'll add that as a note. Gutenberg in event description. Okay.
Steven, so can you create a list of events for a tag and remove the date picker bar above? Yeah, so you can so in the event list, in the customization Amelia customize page, you can remove the date picker option, and so I've mixed up 2.0 and 1.0. Yeah, so event type. So that is basically used for event tags, and there you can filter events through event tags, and yeah, you can choose to not show the date picker.
Yeah, I believe the date picker is mandatory, but with the help of custom CSS, we can hide it.
Yeah.
There is also a custom script that can be added to the page so that you choose how many events are shown in the customer panel. But anyway, yeah, with custom CSS, we can hide that date picker and allow, since events posted on the front end will always show from today onward. So basically we can hide the date picker and let you choose the event type by selecting the tags. So I believe that could work. Can we customize the calendar filter bar? When you say calendar, I presume you're referring to the calendar booking form. The filters in there, I don't believe they can be customized, but let's see. Yeah, filters cannot be customized yet. They can be hidden again with custom CSS. You can change, I'm not sharing anything. Yeah, so you cannot customize them, but you can change the event location label, the event type label, the event status, and the event employee. These are all filters in here, so you can change the labels. So it's not event location, but concert location. So when you save it, it's changed in here, as you can see. So that customization is possible. Force the filter bar and calendar views to stay open. I believe so, but with custom code. So in order for you to do this, you need to open up a ticket so we can reach out to our front-end developers so they can see if there's a possibility to force it open with some custom code. I don't know. Maybe. I haven't had that request, but maybe. We'll check with them. Sorry. And we sort the custom ticket types. Right now they are left unsorted. It's really confusing customers, for example, not sorted by name or not sorted by price. No, they cannot be sorted. Maybe we'll do that once we redesign the event booking form. Probably, but at the moment they cannot be sorted. It would be nice to be able to put the company logo at the top of the left sidebar in the step-by-step booking form. Is it possible? Well, it's not possible yet, but maybe in the future we'll add that as a suggestion. So place the logo at the top of the sidebar in the step-by-step form. Okay, that's added as a suggestion. Thank you.
Jovana, thank you for this awesome. Okay, you're welcome, Jovana. We'll make sure to do this more frequently in the future.
Okay, we missed apparently we missed a question about changing price. We just go back here. I don't see that question. Just a second. Sorry about this. Street Drengen.
So, Street Dengin, you can repeat the question and we will answer your question.
Yeah, we don't see it. We're going back from the beginning of the stream. We don't see that question anywhere. Yeah, sorry. Nope. How to translate event types or tag with WPML. Tags can't be translated. Tags are manually added. So when you're creating an event, you manually type in the tags. So it can be anything, and you hit enter and anything is now a tag. So just remove it and type in a different tag. Event types. If you added multiple languages to Amelia, when you select the booking form, you would be able to select these languages in here. So if for example, nothing is currently being translated, so you can just change the label in here for German language and it will be translated. You can use WPML or any other plugin to simply search for and replace the translation. If you want to change it in English, again, you can just change the label in here. So event type, event location. We've tried to add all existing strings and labels into Amelia so you guys can translate and change everything through the customize section. If we missed something, please let us know. Peter says, great plugin. Thank you, Peter. What I don't understand is why locations are linked to employees and not services. We have 3 locations, and it seems a mess adding employees 3 times to different locations. When we started developing Amelia, the idea behind it was that we're going to create a booking plugin, real life person. So an employee is linked to a location. So a person, we are working at TMS in Belgrade, and this is our company's location. So this is the idea behind having employees being assigned to locations. But even though Connor Matthews has the default location set to Brooklyn, when you're creating working hours, as you can see here, you can assign multiple locations to this employee. So a customer comes in and chooses a location for the services that Connor provides, which are these. And if you haven't selected any services manually, as the placeholder mentions here, services applied for all assigned services. So that's basically it. You can change the locations and you can assign the employee to services. Now, we'll go through these last few questions until YS, and we have to wrap it up because it's already 5 p.m. And 1 hour of Q&A is past, but let's just finish up here. Hola, chicos, ¿cómo está? Sorry, Juan, we don't speak Spanish, so we cannot respond to your question. I'm sorry. Stephen, you're welcome. Thank you for your questions.
I wonder why the calendar cannot be displayed once it is on my start page. I'm not sure.
Here's a continuation. I was trying to settle up our services. We have already everything done, and the calendar can now be shown on certain devices, and well, the same calendar can be displayed on certain Apple devices. Now, that could be a conflict. We can't say. So without checking out your page and your website, we cannot say anything. So please feel free to open a ticket and open a private ticket where you can provide us with the login credentials, and we'll check it as soon as possible to see what's going on. If it's showing on some pages but not on others, then something is most likely causing a conflict here. Jay, what is in the roadmap? The roadmap, we can't currently say what's on the roadmap simply because we don't want to promise anything that we cannot deliver. As Uros said, refunds will be released soon, and
coupons for packages.
Yeah. So that's as much as we can say for now. Waiting for response. We'll check it out. Sorry for the delay in our responses. We have around 100 tickets arriving every day. There's only 4 of us in here, so we're trying to reach everyone in time. We apologize for any delays. Peter, last question. Possible to change the main blue color on the front end? Yes, of course. The main blue color, I suppose you're referring to the customize color, which is in here. If we reset it, I believe this is the color that you're referring to. So I'll just refresh the page so that you can see that different colors can be applied in here by editing these colors. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for joining this live Q&A session, and we will try to make these more often and provide you with live support. But if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, please feel free to open a ticket and we'll gladly help you there. Now, that's about it. Thank you very much for joining. If we missed some questions or if we haven't had the time to respond to them, please feel free to open a ticket, and that's about it. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.